Today was March 28th, 2025. It was a Saturday. It was a pretty solid day overall. I told myself last night, like, hey, I'm going to get up early and I'm going to play some Kingdom Come Deliverance. So, if you haven't tuned into the last couple video logs, I have been working all day, Thursday, Friday, and now today's Saturday. And I was like, I haven't had any me time, so, like, I want to get up early. I want to play some Kingdom Come Deliverance before I got to go to work. I did not do that. I was so tired. I woke up at, like, I think it was like 8:30 that I had my alarm set for, and I was just like, I can sleep until 8:45, and then it became, I could sleep until 9, and then it became, 9:15 is fine, and then it became, if I don't get up at 9:30, I'm not going to be able to shower before I go to work, and I really want to shower before going to work. So, got up at 9:30, went downstairs, took a shower, got out of the shower, got all dressed for work, and then had to walk to work immediately. Like, I had no time, and I was like, oh, it's cool. It's totally fine. Everything's cool. So, said bye to Ava, and then went and walked to work. It was actually a beautiful walk. These last couple, not Thursday and Friday, but the days before, like, I think it, like, last week Friday and last week Thursday, I'd walk to work. And there was this lady who was, like, out front on her porch in the evening time, like 3:30ish time. She's sitting outside. She was there again at like 10:30, dude. I was like, hello, bro, do you have a life? I'm sure she's just enjoying life, but I'm just like, why are you always here when I'm walking by? It's kind of weird. Yeah, so I was like, how are you still out here? Yeah, didn't talk any squirrels today or anything, but I had the thought of, like, I could go through, like, Albertsons or something on the way, or, like, go through Taco Time or McDonald's or something, like, get some food, and I was like, nah, I'll eat at work. So, get to work, get everything all opened up and everything. All the silverware was wrapped from last night. I didn't close last night, and I was just like, yes, bro, I don't have to wrap all this stupid silverware. Yes. And then, that was great. And then, opened up, and work was completely dead for like 40 minutes. And then a couple to-go orders, couple tables. I served some regulars in the morning. There's this regular couple who, I don't really have a name for them. Like, they're fun people. Like, I enjoy talking to them. The lady's, like, very devoutly religious. I appreciate that. The guy is very quirky. He's fun. And I was like, we'll just sit there and chat sometimes. And they're, like, very regular. And I was like, I haven't seen you guys in a while because we, like, closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And they haven't been back Thursday, Friday. And I would know I was there all day. You ain't catching me off guard. And so I, like, chatted with them for a little while. And then another table of regulars came in that I'm not, like... I mean, I say I'm not friendly with. They're chill people. I'm sure they're very nice. I'm not, like, buddy-buddy with them or anything. And then, what else happened? Oh, order calls in. I was like, yeah, whatever. Answer the phone. They were like, is this Kyle? Yeah. He goes, hey, man, Shain. I was like, Shain! So the regulars, they're husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And their names are both Shain, spelled differently. And he was telling me how he just bought a house and all this. So he, like, came in, he picked up his food. And he's, like, telling me all about, like, home ownership and, like, their mortgage is $2,300. I'm sitting there going, that's awful, bro. Oh, my God. And that's just not worth it, bro. That's just not. I'd rather live in a cardboard box and make $2,300. That is just insane, dude. And he still tipped me $8. What a hero, bro. I love Shains. Those guys are so cool. And then, work was pretty boring until Ava got there. And then she got there, I got a back table. I had a back table in the morning as well. And they said that it was going to be 8. And then 8 people got there, and they're like, we're still waiting on one more. And then the old guy comes in, he goes, I'm waiting on 3 others. So I'm like, okay, table of 4, that's cool. He sits down. He didn't know the other 4 people were going to be there. So he thinks it's going to be me and these 3 people. The 3 people who had a surprise 4th person. The 4 people who were with other 4 people who he didn't know were going to be there. So they, like, waited for each other for, like, 20 minutes. And I felt kind of bad because I was like, I should have, like, intuited they're there for each other. But it was fine. They didn't care at all. They were super, super chill. They were kind. They tipped on top of gratuity. but I just felt bad about that, you know. And yeah, so they dipped out, and then Ava got there. I got another back table of 6 that were actually really cool. I'm like trying to remember who they were with. Oh, it was a Hispanic family. They were very, very nice. And then yeah, they left, and then I just had tables out in front the whole time. I didn't have any other back tables. There was one point where this group of like teenagers tried to come in with like a cake and like a boba, and I'm like, no outside food or drink. Like, if it's adults and they seem chill, I don't really care. But if it's kids, bro, I do not want to pick up tapioca pearls. I do not want to pick up cake off the floor. I didn't make the cake. We didn't make the cake. You didn't pay for the cake for us. Like, kind of weird, man. But they were super nice. They like put their cake outside or something, I guess. Hid it, and then yeah, they came in and ate and then left, and they were nice to Anna. Yeah, and then while I was at work, I keep trying to. So, in case you haven't followed along, we have dubbed this year the year of rereading. So I've reread on my shelf here this entire series, the Lightbringer series. Not this isn't the Lightbringer series. This is the Ranger's Apprentice series. So I have books 1 through 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3 more. So that's 10 books there. Then I reread the Lightbringer series, which is 5 more books. So I've read 15 books this year. I want to reread Atomic Habits, but the last time I read it, I was on my focus medication. And I've not been on it for like a month now, and it is a brutal read when I'm not like locked in on it, you know, because I'm just like, it's not dry necessarily, but it's not like riveting like the fantasy books are. It's not like I'm not hanging on every word, you know, and so just like we're trying to reread it, I'm just whatever, dude, whatever. Like, I know it's good information, and I know I need to finish it so I can move on to other books. Just a boring one of my focus meds. So I've been trying to do that. Yeah, whatever. And then they post a new schedule for next week. So I've been working these 3 days, because our main coworker, Yasmin, who works in the mornings, is out of town. So I've been working in the mornings, and I'm the main evening guy. So I've been the evening and the morning guy. She's getting back Wednesday to work. So I have to be 11 to close Monday and Tuesday next week, which I'm excited for. I love working with the other morning waitress, Cindy. She's awesome. But I'm going to be so tired, dude. And we usually do Magic the Gathering on Tuesday mornings. I love Magic the Gathering. Amazing game. Amazing. Dude, I talk about Magic Gathering too much. I'm going to talk about Magic Gathering too much. I'm not going to do it right now. Get my squirrel brain off my fixation, okay? We usually do Magic the Gathering on Tuesday mornings. If I work 11 to close Monday, and then have to get up super early for Magic the Gathering, then work 11 to close Tuesday, I'm going to die. I'm simply going to die. And so my buddy Dylan was just like, hey man, let's just do it later. Let's do it next week. I was like, sick, bro, because I have some cards coming in. Gonna give me the time to get those, refangle my deck. And I'm just like, it's gonna be great. Yeah, so we were like looking at that schedule, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna be working, bro. And then work died down probably around 8:30, just like completely stopped. And so we were like watching videos, goofing off. There's a couple to go orders, and then around like 9:30, I was like, dude, there's just nothing to do. I'm just gonna start closing. So I like swept and mopped everything in under an hour. There was one to go order. They came super, super fast. They were very nice. And then they dipped out. And then I was just like, okay. I look at the kitchen, and they have like all the sauces and stuff that they cook with, like in the place where they push out food. And I was like, they're ready to go home too. They're cleaning. So I was like, okay, I'm done. And he's like, okay, good, sign. So I go sign my tips and dump the water and all that. Get out of there. And Ava, I get in the car, and Ava's like, I'm hungry. So she gets some Burger King. I just got like a milkshake or something. And I come home and talking to my mom. And my mom says she went to the movie with her sisters for her birthday. And she said that my Aunt Jeannie was talking to her and asked if I was at all interested in taking a seat on the City Zoning Commission. I could not be more interested. I literally could not physically be more interested. And I'm like, yes, that is amazing. That is a wonderful first step into city management. I'm so down. And she's like, yeah, it'll be hard. You have to study and like pass this and like maybe take a test or something and like have a little bit of experience before you're on the board. I'll do it. I'm not afraid. So I'm gonna take a day. I'm gonna write it down first thing. Monday. Call Aunt Jeannie about zoning commission seat. And I assume that they have some like not personal vendetta, personal inclination, personal purpose, I guess we could say, like personal motivation for wanting a family member on the seat, right? And I mean, it's not like some like elitist billionaire like control the strings. They're not like rich people, but they're like pro agriculture, right? So they don't want farmland being zoned into these upper scale houses that are like cookie cutter, right? And I'm a guy who like I feel for young people, so I'm like, if we can get it to housing that's cheap and affordable, that'd be great, man. Like if we can zone it for like not even apartments, if we could zone it for small houses, that'd be awesome. Like apartment sized houses would be wonderful. Like if we could just have that. They don't have to be $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 houses. They could be $180,000. Small houses, right? They don't have to be incredibly nice. They have to be houses. That'd be wonderful. So like I have my thoughts on it, and I'm sure that people will try to beseech me to do other things. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna literally talk about all of it on this if it occurs. But it'd be so cool if it does. That'd be so sick. And then yeah, gotta talk to her about that. And then my mom was filling me in on her birthday, and then we wanted to do dinner tomorrow, but she's not available tomorrow. So we're gonna do it next week on Saturday, but my birthday's on Saturday, so we're gonna probably do it next week on Sunday. Blah, whatever. I think my mom turned 57, which is pretty cool. And I kind of like it, like kind of like the thought. So, I mean, just really quick, little aside. I'm 22, right? And I'm gonna turn 23 this year. My mom is 57 this year, so 34-year age difference about. My mom's dad, my biological grandfather, was born in 1912, which is one of my favorite family fun facts. He would be 114 this year. Literally had my mom, I actually should tell her this, literally had my mom was born when he was 57. And now she's 57 and she's a 23-year-old son. Gonna have a 23-year-old son. Gonna. Which I think is just so interesting. Like, I can't even imagine having a child at the age of 57. That's crazy to me. But, yeah. So, talked to my mom a bit with that, and then came upstairs, played some Kingdom Come Deliverance on the PS5, and then, what was it? Played some Kingdom Come Deliverance on the PS5, hung out. Oh, I watched Instagram Reels. My buddy Dylan sent me 1,000 Instagram Reels once again, so I sat there, scroll Instagram Reels, lots of Donald Trump impressions, and it's just like, it's so funny, dude. I mean, my Instagram feed is ridiculous, and I assume it's most people because it's world interests, memes, personal interests, and anti-Semitism. That's it. That's Instagram. That's all of Instagram Reels. It's Donald Trump, war in Iran, something happened. Like my personal interests are like Magic the Gathering, CS:GO. I'll have Smite clips every now and then it's like, you know, memes. Top 5 funniest fall moments. Top 5 smoothest pickup lines, and anti-Semitism. Bro, are we real? Like, it's crazy how, I mean, I know Instagram's numbers are inflated. Like, I know there is botting. I know all the likes are not real. I know all the shares and reposts are not real. Like, not all of them, right? But it is crazy to me how much attention and not activity, engagement, anti-Semitism gets on Instagram. It is unbelievable. It is like an astonishing amount. My generation and it's not even far right either. It's people from all over the political spectrum hate the Jews because of the state of Israel's impact in America. It's not even like Jewish people bad. Like, it didn't start that way. Like, no one's born Jewish people bad. It is the state of Israel is influencing the country of America to do things that people don't agree with using money. Who is the state of Israel? Their flag is the Jewish star. Like, it's the Star of David. People are starting to hate Jewish. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And it's unavoidable on Instagram. It blows my mind. But, yeah, that's not even what my daily thought was going to be about. I wanted to talk about colonialism. I was responding to a YouTube comment. Someone asked me, like, what are my thoughts on colonialism? And I totally bungled the response. I misunderstood what colonialism was, and a quick Google search could have actually fixed my entire response. So I'm going to talk about it here. So, colonialism definition: the policy or practice of acquiring full or partial political control over another country, occupying it with settlers, and exploiting it economically. Meaning, you send people to live somewhere with the sole purpose of occupying it and exploiting it. Meaning, one of the things is, like, there has to be a power imbalance. So, like, I'll just say this: Zambia couldn't colonize America. Like, you just really couldn't do that. And there's kind of two parts as to why. Zambia would be militarily not able to do so, right? It wouldn't occur. If they tried to land in Miami and colonize it, it just wouldn't occur. Like, the military, the National Guard would step in and do something. Right. Second, the economy of America is service-based. We don't make stuff. So there's, like, when it's talking about exploiting it economically, it's kind of this, like, you have to remove resources. Like, if we colonized Canada, as America, if we colonized Canada with the sole purpose of having an American colony in Canada, and just started cutting down trees and shipping them to America, which we actually wouldn't be able to do without, because there's a, oh god, I just forgot what it's called. It's a shipping act, but it basically, you can't ship from America to America without American-made vessels and crew, whatever. Basically, if we wanted to colonize in Canada, we would have to extract something from it. So, like, when like the industrialization was occurring and there's all these world powers fighting for empires and everyone wants an empire, they start setting up colonies all over Africa. And they were just pulling out gold, pulling out slaves, pulling out precious minerals, pulling out iron, pulling out steel. They're just extracting everything they can and bringing it home. And it's like, yeah, I got this in Africa, man. I got this sick rug. Yeah, burned down a village for it. It's a sick rug, though, right? Like, it's a sick rug. And it's there's a lot of, like, examples. Like, obviously, the Americas were colonized. Like, Spain and, I want to say France, but I'm not. I think it's here. Spain and Portugal in Central America, Latin America, start just colonizing everything, and they, like, take out the bigger civilizations there, which I want to say at the time were the Aztecs, but I think it was Aztecs further to the north, Mayans in the center-ish, and Incans in, like, northern South America. Yeah, y'all get me. I could be totally wrong. Don't quote me on that. And then, like, obviously apartheid, which, if you haven't heard of, is basically just, it's like, I'm pretty sure it's occurred in Africa. It's like a white colony comes in and basically is, like, completely set up the system of the place to benefit the people who colonized it. And, like, everyone else is just, like, a servant, essentially. Like, not even there. Like, hearing stories from apartheid is crazy. And so there's all this, like, stuff going on in Africa, and they're basically just extracting resources. Like, it's like there's still this, like, leftover imagery in America that Africa is, like, tribal, right? Like there's African tribes. And I'm sure there are, but they know the rest of the world is there. Like they're not completely cut off from society, right? And so there's like all these people. Imagine like you are in the Stone Age, right? And the bigger civilization just comes in with guns. Like, what are you gonna do, dude? You have to give them all the gold. Like, you have to give them the rug, right? You have to do that because they've colonized it here. They live here too, but they can kill you easier. Like, it's just how it is, right? And it's crazy. And someone asked me about colonialism, and they were basically asked if it's good or bad. Yeah, it's bad, bro. Yeah, it's bad. There's no real time that has occurred where people go in to colonize somewhere with the sole intention of being beneficial. Like, no one wants to be occupied, and there's no way to exploit someone economically in a positive way, right? And there could be, from a super wide-looking, wide-lensed, top-down, third-person perspective view, that, yeah, colonialism is good, colonization is good, because eventually the colony levels out, equality settles in, liberalism takes place, and they are elevated to a point further than they could have gotten without the colony being there. Yeah, I guess. But for that, 100, 150, 200 it could take years. Stuff really sucks. Like, stuff really, really sucks, right? And it's like, Christopher Columbus sailed in 1492 to the Americas. I want to say that it didn't take more than 50 years for lots of ships to start coming over and setting up colonies. America was made in 1776. The country of America was founded in 1776. So there's about 250 years there. I'm sure it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I'm 100% sure. Because there was a point where they looked down at the Ohio Valley. They look down and they go, oh man, all that land for the taking. If you kick out those Indians, that land's all yours. Yeah, man, that's colonialism. You kick out all those people in there, that land's all yours. Well, yeah, you do that anywhere. That's kind of that's a power imbalance, right? That's exploiting it economically. Yeah, you kick out all those people, it's all yours. If you bomb New York City's yours, man. Dude, if you kill everyone in New York, it's basically yours. Yeah, I guess, but I don't want to do that, right? Because I'm a normal human being who's sane. I can understand that at a super, super, super high level, looking at a massive timeline, colonialism could be considered good. That timeline does not take place within the life of one human being. I'm going to go ahead and say it's bad. Like, this is like a multi-generational trauma that you're inflicting on a place of people, and then going, but they're better off next century than they would have been if we didn't show up. I don't know, man. You and I won't live to know. Like, I don't know about that. So, yeah. I just wanted to yap about that a little bit. I can't imagine an actual argument for colonialism good. And we should do it more. Like, that just blows my mind. So, yeah. Colonialism, for now, let's go with bad. That's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys had a good Saturday. I did my best to. It was fun. I had a good time. So, yeah. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Peace.